Whatever, man.
Let me turn this down a little bit. Chat! Ricky, we live.
We live?
We are live. Your jacket, you gonna have to deal with that. I ain't fixing the chroma. You know what I'm saying?
You ain't shit.
Oh, let me try to fix it real quick.
Nah, man, don't. Leave it alone.
I'm gonna fix it.
No, man, just leave it be, man.
All right, let me see. So wait, this is on 261.
Yo, am I missing shoulders?
Boom!
My shoulders are gone,
put
bro.
You on 250. Is that better?
On
245. Boom.
Whatever, floating.
I got
head,
you
man.
right. Why can't? Okay, well, let me fix you on here too.
Wow. You on some real different bruv shit.
There you go. You know what I'm saying? Look at you. Why don't you leave shit alone?
No. I don't trust your shit.
Why you changing? Hey, Chad. What's goody? Why my volume so low? Let me turn everything up. All right, Chad. I got some music playing in the background, courtesy of Epidemic Sounds. You know what I'm saying? They got like 20,000 sounds. I've had an account with them for like 3 years. Never fixed it. Never used it. So we're using it now. One in the chat. If everything looks good, it sounds good. I'm definitely infected. I could get crazy and cover my whole shit. You know what I'm saying? Put one in the chat if everything sound good. I'm only supposed to use this when we play 2K. Shout out to the 600 boys. How you doing, Jenny? What's up, Reborn? What's up, Marquise? What's up, Manje? Jerry, what's good, my G? Bizzle. Trey, Luke. What's up, Luke? Division, what's up? I need green gloves. Don't let me get crazy, you know what I'm saying? What's up, Randy? KJ? Grizz? What's up, Rambo? How you doing, bro? Oh, my God. The legend himself is here. Sora.
Sora's back?
I ain't seen this dude in fucking ages, bro. How you doing, Sora?
Yo, remember they had a meeting on removing his mod?
Yeah.
He was wilding. That was crazy. You impacted the podcast.
What's up, Mom? So we got some music going. You know what I'm saying? I'm infected. We ain't got a lot of news, but we got some shit we got to talk about today because we are having a stream once we get done with here. So we're going to try to get y'all in and out in like an hour 15. I know I said that last time we went for damn near 2. Let me turn the music down. It's just a little bit too loud. Is that the love? Oh, shit. Hold on.
Is it?
That should be all right. I think that's cool. Okay. Floating Baked Bean, Mr. Gummy with the donation. Thank you. Mellow Fur, get some food with this $1. Big fan since 2013. Much appreciated. Thank you, guys. Make sure if you are in the stream, make sure you thumbs it up. Sora said the one and only, man. Good to see you, man. I would mod you, but the mods ain't fuck with you like that. You know what I'm saying? This is GMG episode 199. Ricky, what are you doing, sir?
I'm waiting for us to get popping, bro.
Would you be interested in joining the rest of the class today?
Yeah, I'm actually trying
Shut
to.
your mouth. Wasn't a real question.
Shit, floating head. like one half of. Never mind.
You want to tell them? Shut your mouth. You want to tell them the foolishness that transpired last week, or you just want to get on with it?
The foolishness that transpired last week.
Remember, you had to basically check out of the podcast for like 25 minutes or so in the middle of the show.
Yo, why you look like Rayman, dog? Why your body moving like like goofy as shit? So basically last week, I don't know, some of Darren's bruvs decided to hack my PayPal account and take $539, and PayPal denied it and said that I made that actual payment as a private purchase. I paid people from the UK. So I had Chase Bank cover me up, and then PayPal reopened the case and said, oh, it actually is true. It was unauthorized. And then there was a bruv by the name of Richie Ricardo Mendez, who also tried to take $300 from me, and he fucked up because I reversed emailed him, and he emailed me from his real email with his photo. So I found your goofy ass, and I sent it to the authorities. He had a nice selfie on his email on his Gmail account.
We should plaster your motherfucking face all over the live stream, but I ain't gonna do it. I don't want to contribute to the toxicity, but I hope you go to jail, bitch.
Yeah, man. Some of Darren's brubs, y'all play too much over there, man. Y'all play too much over there with the emails.
Stealing people money out their PayPal account, bitch.
And the name was Andresia Brukovic. And the other one was Frankenthert Dukovic. I don't know who these people are. I would never send money to people with names like that. Talk about my PayPal community, bro. Let's get this show started.
Grant said, Darren living foul. Chat. So I'm gonna try to do stuff to help y'all get a little bit more active. So hopefully the music is cool in the background. We will try to run a poll or two. I don't know how those are going to work on here because you can only probably vote on those if you're on the computer with straw poll. But we'll get to that later on in the show. Once again, this is episode 199. We should be back next week. I am going out of town on the week of the 3rd. So on the 5th, I won't be here. So I won't be on the 5th, but we should be here next week unless you have something going on. Yo, fix your face, bruh. Why your face all smirched?
Because he said, hey, Chase, that dick ain't that big, remember? We went up against a guy named Big Dick something. And as we started leading in 2K, he goes, out of everybody chanting, yeah, we winning, Chase wants to be the only individual that screams out, yeah, I guess his dick wasn't big after all. Ain't that big. Gay as fuck. All right, chat, let's get it.
Shout out to Alex Cub 269. Why does there need to be new consoles every 7 years? 7 years is a long time when it comes to technology and stuff. For us to probably get the best out of our games, we probably do need new hardware. Maybe not every 7. Every 7 is probably ideal for the industry. Every 10 would probably be ideal for us. But 7 years is a long time. Think where you're going to be in 7 years from now. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you got a PC, like even PC, you probably want to upgrade, like within, anywhere from a 2 to 7 year period as well. So, I don't know, man. The industry has to keep moving. Games need to look better, play better. And that's really pretty much it, man. Don't listen to what Ricky said. What he's saying crazy.
You almost called me Rule 21?
Nah, man. First things first, we brought up the Epic Store. I think we said they made, $680 million last year off their store. They did that with all Epic Store exclusives. Now, that doesn't mean they bought all these games, they made all these games. A lot of these games, they bought exclusive PC rights to so that Steam wouldn't get them. They're also giving developers a bigger cut from the sales that happen on their platform as opposed to Steam. So they're going to continue to do that. The reason I'm even bringing this back up is because the Epic Store is going to start giving out free games every week for pretty much the rest of the year, it says on here. So if you all are on PC, make sure you have an Epic Game Store account and make sure you're checking out every week. They've had plenty of games on there. Some of those games that are on there are games that you would be surprised are Epic Game Store exclusives, as well as some of the other games. So you should be checking that. I've done a shit job this whole gen with checking my PlayStation Plus shit. I never check my PlayStation Plus. I've missed out on so many free games because I never check it. I've downloaded a grand total of 2 PlayStation Plus games this whole gen. I missed out on Modern Warfare Remaster. I missed out on a gang of games. So make sure y'all checking out y'all Epic Game Store, y'all Xbox Gold, and y'all PlayStation Plus memberships.
Yep.
Because you be a fool not to. Don't be like me.
They got Xbox Game Pass for $1 right now, too, if anybody's interested.
I mean, should I say it?
Do they have a choice?
Do they have
with your floated head, that shit look funny.
Do they have a choice? Yeah, this Rayman shit fun. That really is. Hold on, let me see if I find a Rayman picture. You know what I'm saying? Real quick, y'all. Hold on.
JB's donated $199. He said at work, but it's all right though. Best podcast in the world. Thank you, man.
Hey, thank you, bro.
I ain't gonna lie. Looking at Darren's name in the chat's making me check my PayPal every 5 seconds.
Darren, that's how you
impacted the culture with that one, bro.
did, man.
Hit me with a Wingardium Leviosa and just pick my
Darren,
money
that's
up out of my
crazy.
account.
Y'all here hanging out with the weirdos. So this gentleman, ladies, is Rayman.
But your name is Ray. So you know what I almost said?
What?
You know what I almost said? No, I can't say it.
Let's say it.
What's his name? What's that character's name?
Rayman.
And your name is Raekwon. That's fucked up, right?
That's racist, man.
What race is that?
You gonna call me Quan though? Like why? Because I'm black, my shit gotta have Quan in it, or
No, but I thought of the Raycon headphones. You buying those?
no, man. No.
All right, bro.
Okay, moving on. I'm gonna read y'all donations in the middle of the next topic. We're gonna try to work all the way through these real quick. The next thing that you're gonna see on your screen is a Star Wars fighting game. This is fan made. It is called Star Wars Fighter Force Combat. This, you can see this gameplay on IGN or any other platform if you need to go over directly to the channel. I don't know when the release date is for this. Actually, it was playable, but they took it down because they were worried about getting a copyright strike from EA. It is a passion project. They have a lot of the characters, obviously Yoda, Obi-Wan. They have Anakin on here, Darth Vader, Rey, Luke, Count Dooku, and a bunch of other characters. So there is a way for y'all to go directly to the YouTuber's channel. I don't actually have his channel. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. Star Wars fighting. That's a long. That shit long. Star Wars.
What, the Star Wars fighting game? That shit look cool.
Force Combat. Let me see if I can find a link to this channel real quick.
You know what's crazy? Are you playing that? All these passion projects get banned by the company and shit. Like, yo, they be wasted. You know what's fucked up?
What?
I'm gonna say this to y'all, chat. Every passion project, like the Mario Battle Royale, the Pokemon Open World, the Dragon Ball Z Open World using Unreal Engine, they all been worked on for 10 years. And then Bandai bans them. Nintendo sues them. Why they making this shit like Disney ain't about to sue these dudes? These bruvs just wasted 10 years. Shit's about to get banned soon. Have a good day, bruvs.
Are you laughing at people getting banned and having their passion projects that they spend hundreds, possibly thousands hours just removed, brother?
Yeah, because once you release it to the public, shit gets banned. Shit gets blocked. And then somebody finally released, after 7 years, this Pokemon Open World RPG that features Fire Red storyline. The second day, Nintendo issued out a notice. Remove your game or you're getting sued. And that 7 years went to waste.
You really laughing at that.
Yeah.
Shout out to JB Yeet with the $2 donation. Much appreciated. Thank you. I wouldn't even touch a passion project at this point in my life. I know how these companies rock. They'll wait for you to get done. They'll follow you the whole way. As soon as you post that shit up, bang.
Not even. They play that shit too. They know that shit fire.
They play this shit. Like, oh, hell no. This is going to devalue our shit. Go ahead and send them a cease and desist letter, code 7, yo. They hit the code 7 button. Yeah, it's get a letter in the mail. Your whole shit done. It's done and over with.
Yo, the Super Mario Battle Royale was hitting millions of views on YouTube. The minute the dude released it to the public, Nintendo issued him that whiz op and said remove it. Getting sued.
You don't want to get sued.
7 years down the drain.
Remember Nintendo? This is what, like 2 years ago? Nintendo just started sending all kind of takedowns. ROM emulator sites start folding, yo. Emu Paradise. I'm still upset with them. That was my one-stop shop for all ROMs, bro. All emulators and ROMs. They was really the plug. They had everything. They had good download times. They had forums. They had all the plugins. Nintendo started taking dudes down. Emu Paradise was like, you know what? We're going ahead and bow out of here before we become food. They took all their shit down. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, Duke Togo said, absolutely. Can't wait for E3 this year. E3 is going to be nuts. Nobody's going to E3.
It's not going to be nuts, bro. Duke. Because EA, Sony, other people are starting to do their own events. I don't know how long E3 is going to be a thing if people decide not to show up. Because Microsoft may decide 1 year, especially if they're winning the next gen, that they may not need E3. They may pull their E3 show as well. I'm not saying it's going to be like today, but it could happen. So hold on, Hot Dad, if you got another site, you know what I'm saying? Hey, hit me with that site. It better not be no viruses or no ads, bro. I went to download a ROM. That shit told me to fill out a survey on AdFly or whatever that shit called, bro.
Yo, I was downloading the ROM. The shit made me click a link that went to Dude's channel, and if I didn't subscribe, the key didn't open up for me to download it. I said, "Fuck."
See, that shit the worst.
I had a sub and then unsub to him immediately for nothing because I had to do a Burger King survey after. Done.
Shout out to Anson. I seen your Matrix PS2. I love that game. Hey, thank you. More Matrix should be here tomorrow. Tonight I got Judgment coming out later on in the evening after the podcast. Chapter 7. There's 2 videos for that. Moving on. We're working right through this shit. We trying to get y'all in and out of this bitch. So, should we do it? Yeah, all right, man. TemTem, you know what I'm saying? Do I have gameplay for that? Here come the cat, bro. He know we live. I don't even know if I got no gameplay for TemTem. Oh yeah, I lied. Here we go. Wait.
Damn. I'm not. You know what? You're gonna speak on the negatives though. I'm not.
I can't. I ain't played a game for that long.
I can't.
I'm gonna talk about it then. Fuck it then. You know what I'm saying? TemTem is basically Pokemon with all the stuff that you wanted from Nintendo is in this game. You want a co-op. How many players can you play with?
As many people you can join in co-op.
So you can have more than 4 people?
Yeah, it's co-op, online PvP. You could trade with people.
What about PvE?
There's PvE. You go up against all the TemTem battles and everything, like like what we was just doing.
Yeah. Okay.
And we could share off on XP, capture certain Pokemon. We can enter the gym battles together. So there's a full story. You have, I think right now it's like 160 so far TemTems, and then they're gonna release more. But you farm in the game. It's like I said, when they have raids, when those release, we'll all be able to go to like the certain location, and all of us together go up against that specific, whoever it is, that gym leader, whoever. That shit is really dope. Character customization, all that good stuff, man. Who the hell? That cat always looks mad as hell.
He's purring and stuff. He likes sitting here, so his eyes are half shut. He out here looking like young. So I guess you can have more than 4 players. It's really easy to set up, but they're having some development or some server problems.
Technical.
Yeah. The game's not free. I paid $35 for that. $34.99. Did you pay tax? Because I had to pay tax. My shit came out to $38. I don't know what it was. I'll tell you, as a paying customer, though, shit was ghetto. I don't give a goddamn if it's an indie passion project and all that. I paid $35. When you first boot the game up, there's a queue. You have to wait in this queue to even play your game. The queue's not as long as Escape from Bitch-Ass Tarkov, but I digress. So you might sit in the queue for like anywhere from like 30 seconds to 2 to 3 minutes, something like that. Eventually, it'll let you in. Once you get in, start up a game, play it. If you play Pokemon, you should not have very many problems with like navigating through the game and different types and all that. They start you off with 3 starter Pokemon. You get to choose one. However, the servers was doo-doo today. For whatever reason, I was probably like 40 seconds behind where Ricky was on his game. So like everything was kind of delayed. And then Raunchy told me not to open up a chest. It was the first chest I saw since I started my account. He told me it was going to freeze. I didn't believe him. So I went and opened up the chest. My fucking game froze. And immediately I closed the app and we just started doing the podcast. You know what I'm saying? That's what happened. However, I see the potential. It seems like it's going to be a really good game. And if you don't have a Nintendo Switch, there's an alternative for you. Go ahead and download TemTem. Now, Ricky was laughing because you said it was delayed on PlayStation till when?
Supposedly, I heard May, and then somebody said no, they delayed it to 2021 for all consoles. I don't know how accurate that is.
Let me see if I can pull up 6 hours ago. It says everything we know.
Sheesh.
It's currently listed as releasing in 2021. If you're dying to play as soon as possible, we suggest you buying into early access if you want to wait for the PS. Oh, so we're playing early.
They were playing early access game.
Well, early. Let me tell you something. Yo, if you buy games on early access, whatever happens after that is kind of on you. You kind of should understand what you're getting into. You're supporting a game while it's in development. The games aren't done. I didn't know it was early access. So that explains the server issues and stuff like that. They're probably going to iron out. I feel like they put together a pretty solid product so far.
How the music so far to you? From the battles.
The battles?
Yeah, the violins. Yeah, you didn't hear. Like,
I didn't hear it. I turned my master volume down so I could hear y'all. So
how did you feel about the animations?
That shit was clean. That was clean.
Pokemon don't even have that. Shit's crazy.
Yeah. They have, you can. Look, for some people this is not a big deal, but you're able to change character, your clothes and your look and all that kind of stuff. Anything that keeps the game fresh. Obviously, seeing something fresh is always cool. That's why people buy Fortnite skins or they get the battle pass, because you get tired of seeing your character look the same way after you play like tens or hundreds of hours of the game. So being able to just change little stuff like that is always a plus. So I thought that shit was pretty cool. I created, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know I'm a big ass kid. I created Dora the Explorer. It looks just like her, you know what I'm saying? And my first Pokemon was a monkey, so we went ahead and created Boots, you know what I'm saying? We named it Boots. So anyway, let's keep on rolling through this. Carnage Weightlifter with a $2 donation. Damn, I won Hot Cheetos. Thank you for the $2 donation. You know what I'm saying? Hot Cheetos. I know the culture love Hot Cheetos. I never was rocking with those, man. I don't know what it was, man. It tastes like I was eating like.
Wait, what flavor?
Flaming Hot Cheetos.
Oh, those are good.
I can't do it with them things, bro. I like listening. I like the regular puff Cheetos. I can't eat those anyway these days because there's cheese in them, but I still like them though.
You like baby food and shit.
I like baby food. I've never
had like babies eat the puffies and shit and eat all the sweets and soft foods that you be eating.
You know where it came from though? It's coming up when my mom went to the food bank to get food because we ain't had none of shit. She would bring back like random loose fruit roll-ups and all that type of shit. She brought these puff Cheetos and they was hitting. You know what I'm saying? So I enjoyed them. I
ate the bootleg ones that came in that big ass bucket. And the puff balls.
The bootleg ones. You like moon pies, don't you? Nasty motherfucker.
Moon pies?
Shit, nasty,
nah, man. I never ate that shit, man.
Nasty.
Nah, bro.
Moon pies. You know what I'm saying? Who was you to judge? Well, you eat
I don't
moon
eat bruv pies. I don't eat bruv pies, man.
Darren, that's what. Oh yeah, matter of fact, Darren, that was Darren, right? Darren, that's the company you keep, yo.
Moon pies. Who the fuck eat that?
Terry, what's good, bro?
Who eat moon pies? What's that?
Hot fries is different. I like hot fries. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. All right.
What's a moon pie?
Damn, you suck. What's up? This is dope. A moon pie? It's like a big ass yellow pie with marshmallow in the middle. It's a disaster of a treat, bro.
That's some bullshit. All right, continue.
I say Keith.
It says Keith.
Who's Keith?
Yo, chat. Let's ask Chase when he was creating the character, and it said gender. As? Well, it said he, him. She, her.
That's not what it said. It said pronouns. And when you create your character on TemTem, Ricky Wildford, when you create your character on TemTem, no matter what you choose, it says, do you want he or her? I'm sorry, she or her, he or him, and then it said they and some other shit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna get these pronouns. They and them. You know what I'm saying?
Which one you pick?
I pick those. All right, in the interest of talking about game delays, we impart on you guys that this gen is fucking trash, and listen, we're all entitled to our opinions. To me, this is the worst gen in game history. There's been a few nuggets, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, we've had some great games, but those games are few and far in between compared to the trash, the delays, and the disappointing games we received, bro. We're in the seventh and final year of PS4, Xbox One, and we are still getting delays like we got the first year. I'm just going to list out I'm going to list the the games that have been delayed so far. It's not even the end of January. TemTem, delayed until 2021. Dying Light, no foreseeable release date for that now.
2021, man.
It said spring 2020. That was the original release date. Now we're looking at next year, I guess. Let's keep going. Skull and Bones was supposed to come out in May.
That got pushed back?
That got pushed. Now it says, and that it's supposed to, they have the release date at March of this year. But it's what they're saying on this article is there's a good chance we won't see this gameplay until E3 of this year. So it's likely that the game won't drop this year. Animal Crossing has been delayed.
How you delay a 100 megabyte game?
Oh, see, some of these games were delayed last year to this year. Doom Eternal was supposed to come out last year. It's coming out this year. This article was misleading. The Last of Us. When's the release date on this?
It was 1st March. Now it's May.
So The Last of Us, Watch Dogs Legion.
Where's that game at?
We don't know. Final Fantasy VII has been delayed as well. Marvel Avengers, we covered those last week. Cyberpunk also has been delayed. That's like...
Look at what I'm saying. The next gen consoles drop in November, and all these games come out in October. I'm not buying no more PS4 games. These shits better come out with like a PS5 version.
Yeah, but a lot of these games are on PC, so I was gonna get the PC version anyway. But shit like that, like what it looked like is they trying to move all this shit to holiday season, and every year, bro, we deal with it. We deal with the situation where there's like one big release in January, there's 1.5 in February, maybe some in March, but then once we get to June, July, August, we basically get nothing. And then when September hits, they put out like 8 games. Then when October hits, they put out like 7. And then we have all these games that we get in one quarter, and then the shit is dry pretty much for the rest of the year. Like that shit gotta stop, bro.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Last of Us was February 21st. I forgot. It wasn't March, and then they got pushed to May.
And now it's May. So like, what games are actually? Let's pull up the actual game release dates then.
What up, Bad Luck Justice? He said this is why I play American Truck Simulator.
Oh my God, Justice, what's good, my G? How you doing, brother?
That was good, bro.
How you doing, big bro? All right, let's pull up the release dates.
Yeah. Ow.
I don't know if you remember the last time I read these release dates. It was like boom, 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 boom. Now it's just like
bing, 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 bing. Just delayed. It's just trash.
Darksiders Genesis. The DualShock PS4 back button attachment.
It came out already.
I thought it. Oh, I'm lying. I lied to everybody. It comes out in Europe on the 14th of February. That's what that is.
The bruvs get their hands on it the 14th. Yeah,
Yo, you got to stop doing that. Bro, bro, February has no games. We had like 6 games that was going to come out like mid-February to mid-March.
Do y'all get that? People were like, yo, I was broke, so I'm good. So now I got nothing to play.
March, we got Ori and the Will of Wisps.
Come on, man.
MLB the Show, MLB The Lag, Neo 2, Doom Eternal, and Bleeding Edge. I need to look a little bit more into that game. And then Persona 5 Royal, which is not really a new game. It is Persona 5 as like a re-release with a bunch of new content. So it's not really a new game. And then Ricky's going to really be looking forward to Half-Life Alyx on the VR.
You something, man. Let me tell you.
Playing that trash.
Let me tell you something, man. I'm not playing shit of Half-Life. If they decide to drop a Deus Ex, I don't know why I thought about Deus Ex. Get them last 2-gen fucking games out of here, man. They need to cancel them bitches. I don't even know why we're still working on VR games. That shit is dead on arrival. So please, bring them shits to the brubs. I don't need that shit on my watch.
Why the brubs gotta get all the trash? Why they gotta get all the trash? Yeah. You was playing 2K VR though. Now you talking shit. Matter of fact,
Actually, wait, no.
You
when
was
I
one
played,
of the
no, no.
PSVR first early adopters, bro.
So when I first got it, I was excited, and what happened? Trash after trash.
What happened?
Yeah, man.
Bro,
Trash
I bought.
games, no support.
I've said it before. The worst investment I've made in my life in the last 5 years has been the Oculus Rift plus the motion control. The motion controls for the Oculus are $200 by themselves, and I think I paid like $400. It might have been $600, bro. Maybe $400 for the I think it was $400 for the VR, $200 for the motion controls. I've used it on like 3 YouTube videos. I don't even use it. It's too much of a hassle to set up. Like if the VR was much more user friendly, I could see more games coming out. If there were more must-have games, I could see that. Like if it was cheaper. Until all 3 of those things align, what's the point of fucking getting VR? If you want to pay $600 for a VR headset and then you don't really got no game, shit is trash, bro.
Yo, you still own your VR?
That shit's behind. It's behind.
Don't say that, man.
Nah, it's not behind a radiator. The Xbox One is not behind a radiator anymore. But it's like in the corner, like where like nobody, like where nothing goes. Like Slinky might have like been playing in the VR box, and I didn't even yell at him because that's how valuable the VR is to me. Like Slinky could pick that whole shit up and like carry it across the room. I wouldn't even say nothing. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like when you get it set up, it's fun, but it's not easy to use.
We're not there yet, man.
We're not there. Motherfucking YouTubers got whole rooms in their house because that's the only fucking way they can get the whole setup to work. What type of ghetto ass shit? I gotta set up a whole room in this bitch. You don't
even got your own room.
You might really. Some people got like a 1-bedroom because like rent is like stupid expensive. VR out for you. You ain't setting that shit up in your house. Shit is crazy.
If you got a roommate, you fucked. Don't even bother. You gonna have to do that shit when he's not home.
Well,
anyways,
slap your roommate by accident. Motherfuckers is falling over and shit. Let me go ahead and read a couple more donations from Alex. He said Target is having buy 2 games get 1 free promo. We need to look into that. No shit, Will said Mr. Invisible Man. Thank you guys. Ant Sound showing support. Carnage with another $2. He said moon pies, honey buns, and red brisk. Mr. Gummy says zebra cakes reign supreme. You eat that?
I love zebra cakes.
Y'all nasty. And if I didn't know you, I would call you a nasty bitch.
That's crazy. Wow.
Rickadow Perez. Ricky, my sister says you looking fly. She wants you.
What you said his name was though?
Rickadow. Remember we tried to read his name last time?
Rickadow?
Rickaldu.
It's Rickadow or I reckon now.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? Mr. Perez. I think we just called you Mr. Perez. You know what I'm saying? What's your sister's player bill? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, is her name Nikki?
Oh, no.
Nikki Perez, you always find a way.
Nikki Perez kept sending us emails, yo, asking us if we wanted to promote. What's that shit called?
Stupid fucking mobile games.
Okay. Is there any Kelly Misha? Thanks for the donation. Is there any word on whether the next gen VR will be worth it? I've got 5 on the cause. Thank you for the $5 donation. Chat, I implore you, stay away from VR until it's cheaper, more user friendly, and there's games that's worth it. Now, if you want to go ahead and invest in it now and get all the nosebleeds that come with it, I won't stop you. You know what I'm saying?
Let me tell you something. The amount of headaches I caught from VR, man, fuck that shit.
I got a video of my sister banging her head off my table because she was playing Emily Wants to Play. I could never release that video to the public. She was so embarrassed. She smashed her whole head. That shit was hilarious.
Her head got smirched?
It got smirched. Her whole shit is smirched.
That's tough. Next. Fuck me.
Oh, Silver Joyces, how you doing, my G? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna holler at you. You know what I'm saying? Episode 200 coming, bro. We gotta make some shit happen in the next couple weeks, bro.
What's good, bro? I want to let Mail know that Silver Joysticks know that Microsoft is releasing another console, and in fact, they're releasing several more. Yeah, keep going, man.
He said, remember what's the things Nintendo make? The little figures. What's them called?
Amiibos.
Amiibos. He said that the Amiibos was the future. Hey, Silver, you got some classic ass quotes. Slinky, what are you doing on the table, bro?
Well, he said he sells his ass for Apple products.
That was yeah. Silver, we didn't cost you too many times on Twitter. At this point, we already know what you're gonna do, so we just leave it alone. All right. Moving on. Oh,
He said, "Stop keeping your jump shot hostage. I need it."
hey yo,
Thank you for the
I'm
$2
not giving
donation,
out.
J
I'm not
Beast.
gonna give it. I'm not gonna give the jump shot out, bro. Thanks for the donation. I ain't gonna give it out, and I'm gonna tell y'all right now, it's a very good jump shot. But if you don't green it, you're going to miss the ball damn near every time. I promise you. The white percentage is trash on that shot. However, I'm shooting 60% in the park with that jump shot. You know what I'm saying? My life has changed. Let me get you some Dragon Ball Kakarot gameplay up here.
I got my video uploading later, chat. It's like probably 50 minutes long though.
All right. Oh, why this?
Of lag, and who's the white dude? Who's the bro?
This video is from Game Informer. Slinky, you bugging the fuck out! Get off my shit! No! Ah! Stop! You gonna knock over my ring light and my whole setup, and then that's your ass.
That's tough.
Anyway, it was Game Informer.
Well, who's that? Who's the dude there?
I thought you knew him.
How?
That's why I'll be wearing my Astros without no hat. Look at his head.
Let me see. Yeah, the bruv is fucking around. Let me see that shit.
He's not a bruv. You can't keep saying that.
Yo, he bugging the fuck out. Look at his head.
That's why.
Hey, yo.
All right, you want to talk about Kakarot? I ain't played it. I've not heard great things from Kakarot. We were misinformed. We were under the assumption it was multiplayer. I guess not. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, bro.
So, Kakarot. It doesn't matter where the game takes place. It still has the same storyline.
Sorry,
come on, man.
My bad.
So it's an open world RPG, which is single player. Basically, you do the same thing as every other Dragon Ball Z game. You start off beating Raditz's ass, and you go through the whole storyline again. This time they add parts which we've never known before, that we've never seen before, but it's the same story. For an RPG, I like it. I like the progression in the game. Obviously it's a very slow start trying to learn what like the orbs are, the food that you have to eat, how to fish, and everything, building relationships in the game. And I guess, in the world you have, Master Roshi, who's like technically the best fighting school that you would go to learn abilities and moves. You have Bulma for specific things. You have your wife, Chi Chi, for certain things. They have stuff like that. So now within the storyline, you travel around, and as you progress, you unlock more, and you can go to these specific locations to acquire certain things, similar to RPG games, which is cool. The controls are probably by far the worst thing I've ever seen in Dragon Ball Z video games. The controls, I never fought somebody with the circle button only. I don't like how the controls are. The bugs in that game is ridiculous. The cutscenes are mediocre. The fact that you have these cutscenes with just such climactic music and shit where you feel like something's about to happen, but their faces are just so dull. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, damn, but we've been through Dragon Ball Z games for like years now, and they still haven't picked up on that. Sometimes the dialogue cuts off. It's pretty, that part is bland. When you unlock more move sets, it's pretty cool, and I think just the RPG aspect of it is pretty cool. But they're very repetitive. The move sets become very repetitive, and that's kind of what throws me off. I'm wondering what the hell you did all these years working on a game like this, and it doesn't seem like anything fresh. Like, I think the people who did the Passion Project made a better game of open world Dragon Ball Z than Bandai did. I'm dead serious. Like, I'm enjoying it because I've gotten kind of far, but this Dragon Ball Z game is like, the fundamentals of Dragon Ball Z feels gone. Like, I don't know. And in the RPG of it, we got to stop using excuses just because you do certain things like fish. You travel around, you collect orbs, you find certain items, you get to have companions in the game to help you fight, which you would think is cool. But there's so much dry spots in that game. It's like there's no need for it. I complained about The Witcher because The Witcher himself is a very dull character. Goku and no character in that game with the cutscenes and dialogue should be that dull. It should not be that dull. So when y'all see my video, You're gonna see what I'm talking about. It's
So man,
very
fuck what
dry.
you talking about. Is the game ass?
I'm still somewhat
Man, you
beginning.
bullshitting. He bullshitting.
Nah, because remember, RPG games pick up, and it's Dragon Ball Z. I'm
Man,
expecting
you
to have better
ain't,
moves.
man, you
The bi-
bullshitting. Is it ass?
the beginning of the game is quite boring. It's boring as fuck in
That's
the
not what I
beginning.
asked you. Is it ass?
I didn't. Bro, I'm only 20% in the
Man,
game.
you being too nice. That shit is ass, ain't it?
Mm,
Shit, I'm gonna play
combat,
it. I'm joking. I'm gonna play it.
combat ain't terrible, but everything else is just so mediocre about that game. It just doesn't make sense. Like, I don't. It's just weird, man. Like the move sets is so repetitive. It's very mediocre. Bro. You would think this game came from like the B team. I don't know. It's weird, bro. It's like it's a little trash. It's a little garbage. For Open World Dragon Ball Z game, it's a little trash.
Did they give you a copy of that game?
No.
Okay, man. They should have.
They definitely should have.
Shout out to Demetrius with the $50 donation. This dude just be giving out donations like crazy, man. Much appreciated. I do appreciate y'all support. Thank you, everybody who is watching. Maybe, I don't know, is anybody here for the first time? We got any first time viewers in the chat? You know what I'm saying? Let me know. Let me know, Ricky, if you see anybody first time, call their name out while I go through donations real quick. Or just remember their name. Shout out to...
This shit look new. Everybody up in this motherfucker.
Shout out to Carl Banks for the $5 donation. Seeing Rashi get clapped up and down light was amazing. And when we get in that join button, Fofty, to answer the first part of your message. First of all, thanks for the donation. Dying Light, we really had a good time playing that, and we didn't even do shit, but like we did what we were not supposed to do, but it was fun. We're gonna play that again. We're streaming when we're done, so if y'all want some entertainment or see us play something when we're done with the podcast, do come out for that. Reborn got a $20 donation directly through Streamlabs. It says salute to the squad and the Juan. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Ricky, I guess you are the Juan. That's racist. You know
That's super fucking racist, bruv. All
right. Let's go.
Wow.
Mr. Gummy says you can't cuss in your own house. I never plugged my mic back in 2K and played my career again for that. Thanks for the donation. J Beast Yeet. Stop. Oh, I already read that. Stop keeping that jump shot hostage. You see any first time people on here?
Southtown Chai.
Shout out
David
to
Smith.
Okay.
Oh, he said I've been around for years.
I'm about to say,
Sean V.
David, you ain't new.
Sean V. The Serving Spaghetti. Dimitri Benami. Evil Cool. All these bruv names. I'm literally changing my password on PayPal.
Jeebus Crisps. Yo, y'all wow.
I don't trust nobody.
By the way,
anymore.
no worries. Like, son of this prophecy get some free time. You know what I'm saying? He's definitely going to be here. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to start reaching out to people to be guests, but we're going to schedule those ahead of time to give people some time to make sure they can Kill it, fam. Yo. Yeah. Matter of fact, I'm gonna highlight. Hey, Kill it, fam. Send me a Discord DM. Send me a Discord DM, bro. My Twitter DMs, I'm not good at checking those. Send me a Discord DM. You know
Shout out to the bro, man.
Yeah, man. I see you, know what I'm saying? He lost over 100 pounds too, you know what I'm saying? I see you, bro. Okay. Hey, yo, now that we have music, bro, when the music cut off for like 3 minutes, it sounded so dead in here.
What, it did?
Yeah.
Can I be honest?
No, you can't.
Not only are you missing I'm gonna be honest anyways, you're missing your body. But you keep leaning your head to the side, so now a piece of your head keep missing. Keep your head still.
This is the Wonder Woman trailer back here. I'm looking forward to this. By the way, we're not going to give y'all any spoilers, but if you have not seen Bad Boys 3 or you're on the fence, I don't usually recommend a lot of movies because everybody's taste is different. But the movie was really well made. It's a banger. You should go and see that, man. They did a good job, man. They did a fantastic job with that shit. Anyway, let me go ahead and read these last couple donations and we'll move on to the next topic. No Chill Will said, I don't even know how to pronounce what you said, brother. Thanks for $2 donation with your trolling ass. Matter of fact, No Chill Will, the behind the back is out of the game. You're done now. You know what I'm saying? With that build you made. Now, not only can you not pass, now you came behind the back or shoot the ball. You know what I'm saying? Legion, Kakarot is full of fetch quests. IGN gave it a 7. Ugh.
It's like
okay. He said wait for a price drop. That his recommendation is to wait for it to be about $30.
Nah, I'm gonna be real. It's like how like Bandai. I'm gonna be real, man. All their anime games are bad. Like they're all subpar games.
So what we got? Naruto.
Naruto is bad. I don't like
I
you.
knew it was
You could
bad.
be a fan of.
But I'm not the guy, right? Because I don't watch the anime or nothing. So to me, it was a good time. But to somebody who's a anime junkie, he might think the game is trash. You know what I'm saying? It was just like when I played Saints Row 3, that was my first, or Saints Row 4 was my first Saints Row. I enjoyed it, and dudes were like, no, that's really trash. God, my bad.
Because it's like storyline, gameplay, how repetitive it is in the series. Like how many people are working on each anime game? Like which team?
7.
Like, we never know. Are you being serious? I don't know which team is working on which, but I know you go from Xenoverse 2 to Fighters to Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, and I'm like, each game got the same fucking storyline. Like it's the same shit. You dealing with this Budokai on PS2. You go up against Raditz first. You know what I'm saying? Like you then meet the Ginyu Force, and then you fuck around. You go up against Vegeta, and then all of a sudden Vegeta gets his ass whooped, and now he has to join you. And then and then Piccolo's there too, and then Vegeta, after y'all both whip freeze his ass, he wants to now whip your ass, and you still whip his ass, and it's like it's the same shit. It's like, yo, I'm getting tired of that. And then not only that, for an RPG, it's supposed to be an ARPG. The action is repetitive and it makes it boring. Like it makes it kind of boring. Like I have fun once you're fighting, but it's like I don't know, man. That the dialogue and some of the characters don't even sound like themselves. So it's like, and they sound like they came from the bruv. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't sound right. They don't sound right at all. I ain't fucking with it, man. That's not Goku's voice, and that certainly ain't Vegeta's either. The only one that sounds like himself is Piccolo. And it's like, man, bro tripping.
Sora said I'm head glitching. Hey, Sora. Yeah, I ain't seen you in years. First motherfucking time I see you here, you trolling.
Facts.
Chat, make sure y'all thumbs the stream up, man. We trying to hit 1,000 likes before we hit episode 200, bro. There's a lot of y'all in here. We had almost 1,000 people. Make sure y'all thumbs the stream up, bro.
Xenoverse, look, Xenoverse 1 and 2. You add a game like Xenoverse 1 and 2, character customization, at least in the story, obviously it's like whatever. It's decent. I beat both of them. I know you did your thing on them, right? You beat both of them. The story on Xenoverse is, in my opinion, better than Kakarot.
So to support what you're saying, I'm not an anime guy. I'm not against it. It's just never something I really got into, and I felt like shit was so far along that I didn't really get into it. But like Dragon Ball and all that stuff is like super popular. So I've always known about that anime, but not much about like the character relationship and stuff. I learned all that from playing the games. I really like Xenoverse 1. I like 2, but when I was playing 2, the whole time I played it, I felt like I was there before. And then I realized that they literally had missions that you did on Xenoverse 1 and 2, and you were literally playing the exact same fucking battles and shit. And not only that, Xenoverse 1 was more difficult. Some people like games where you just get on and you just beat them and that's it. They don't really like dying. They don't really like a challenge. Some people are like, yo, I work all day. Like, the last thing I want to do is get frustrated by a video game. So they come and they play on easy, they play on normal, they beat the game, they move on. But me, I do like a challenge. I don't like it to be ridiculous. Anytime I do those hard games, it's for entertainment purposes for YouTube. Like, but the Xenoverse 2 was too easy, bro. I really don't like that shit. But yeah, I felt like that game wasn't a new game when I played it myself. You know what I'm saying? And that's a person that don't even watch the show. So for the people that actually get into it, I know it's like, yo, they doing this shit again.
Here's the bigger issue. Like me and Ranchi was saying, it's like we know the storyline with most of Dragon Ball Z. We know some of the stuff that's uncanon. Some of the thing is that is canon. It's like make up a fucking story. Like if you have to, who cares? Make up a story with Goku. Make up a whole different story with the video game. Stop basing shit off of the original, because how many games of Dragon Ball Z did I have to go up against Raditz in the beginning? I'm sick and tired of that shit, and it's all the same shit.
You gonna buy the next one?
Like, yeah, and I feel like Raditz is tired of the shit. I feel like the dude voice acted him. I feel like they're just taking his voice from all the other games and they're throwing his ass in here. And if you play throughout the story, you notice Goku's voice accidentally changes for like two of the scenes. It ain't him. I don't know if the dude called out sick, but somehow his voice changed. His shit was different. And what's fucked up is they got a lot of dope features. You have to feed yourself. You get to travel, find Dragon Balls. You have to, get orbs. Everything of what any kind of like RPG is. You have certain locations where you go and acquire certain shit, outfits, gear, training. You get to learn different move sets, but they become so repetitive. The controls are garbage. I never fought an enemy with circle. That just doesn't make sense to me. It's just there's a lot of shit, and I constantly keep hitting the side buttons because I'm so used to playing a fighting game like that. But dialogue is so bland. This dude Goku's screaming for him to let his son go, but his face looks like just straight. It looks like the Japanese films. So I don't understand why you do that. Put some fucking effort into your cutscenes. Like, it's just ridiculous. Shit.
So sounds like that's one of the series when you first seen it back in like PS2. It's like, oh my god, but it didn't grow with the technology and grow with the changes in like the standards for games. And that's not the only game that's like that. There's many games where you play that shit on PS2, you like, but then it comes out for PS3 and it's like, it's still solid, but it get out for PS4 and you're like, nah, this ain't it no more. It feels old and dated. It sounds like the Dragon Ball series is kind of like that.
Yeah, but that's the thing. What other game we was talking about Pokemon too? Mm-hmm. Pokemon's been the same like that for years. If y'all didn't realize, it's the same fucking story. You notice you gotta meet the professor right after the beginning when moms wakes you up. Bitch says, you had a dream. You ask her what the fuck was the dream about, and she tells you what the dream about was. You go downstairs. Oh, go meet up with professor down here, and you see the dude, and then you meet up with some random dude who decides to pick the third Pokemon. You pick the first or second one, and then y'all meet up with each other every now and again throughout the game. It's the same shit. We've been playing that kind of Pokemon game for like 15, 20 years.
I ain't playing it in 20, so.
But you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
That story has been the same. Like, it doesn't matter what location it is. Kanto region, Archipelago, it don't matter. It's the same thing. Same thing with Dragon Ball Z, yo. I'm getting sick and tired of this shit. I don't understand how the hell the Budokai series will always be forever the best. The Tenkaichi series is my second best. Tenkaichi 3 is still goated to me. And Budokai 2 is still amazing. But how many times am I going to father-son Kamehameha in every fucking Dragon Ball Z game? I'm tired of that same storyline, bro. Change it up a bit. I don't care.
Chad, he's obviously hurt. You know what I'm saying? Much like y'all have seen me for some of my shit. So let's go ahead and move on. You know what I'm saying?
Whatever.
Chill donated and tried to fix what he said so that I could read it. Oh, you know what I'm saying? I still ain't reading it. You know what I'm saying? You made a new bill. My manners. I apologize. You know what I'm saying? Thanks for your donation. You ain't shit, Will. You know what I'm saying? DOA Fly High. DBZ iconic fight scenes look amazing, but every other scene is iffy. The later battles get a little tougher. I'm gonna play the game. I'm just like,
they know they definitely do. No, they definitely do.
Well, good, because Xenoverse 2 wasn't it, man. That shit was, and then don't play those games online. It's AIDS.
Wait.
What? Go ahead.
No. I was gonna say one last thing. You got games like Horizon Zero Dawn, Dying Light, right? You see their cutscenes. It's nothing of fucking crazy. You see how the cutscenes are. We're talking about a cartoon-styled game, which they still can't somehow give us actual cutscenes. They giving us like the comic book style cutscenes, like Persona and everything. But Persona, I guess, has a way of move. Like I guess that game genre, the way it works. It's the same cuss. I can't. All right.
Yeah, but like, as gamers, we overlook certain shit if the other stuff, if they on top of their game with other shit. You know what I'm saying? Like if you gonna give me cutscenes like the ones you gave me on Dragon Ball FighterZ, your gameplay gotta be A1 in the other aspects. But if it's not, then it's like, this everything feels like you didn't want to put enough money into it. And it felt half-assed. We said that about Hitman 2, which the gameplay, I love the gameplay. The cutscenes, it was just like it was honestly like listening to an audiobook. I swear to God it was, bro.
I'll close my statement with this. Raditz has been trying to recruit Goku for like the last 20 games. I'm sick of it. Yeah.
I'm all look, I know some people don't like it. I'm all about, in terms of a video game, you creating your own unique story and saying as much for the video game so that it's not the same shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes people have already seen your story, so like, at least for creativity purposes, just come up with a little story and have it be. It ain't got to be a spinoff. You could just consider it like a comic book episode, because comic book episodes are kind of all over the place. They're not always tied together. They could have did it like that, but whatever. Chosen J says, I just hit midnight. I'm officially 24. Man, happy birthday
to
bro. You. Where are you?
He's in the Brub state.
You in the Brub? Hey, yo.
He's where the Brubs live. Bro, look at his time. He's where the Brubs to be at.
Carl Banks donated $2. He says, who banished Abel to the Shadow Realm? Nobody banished Abel to the Shadow Realm. Shout out to Abel. He's on Twitch, bro.
Go check him out, man.
Check Abel's shit out. He's still doing the he's big on the Rainbow Six and stuff like that, man. Bro, y'all gotta realize, listen, it's been
3 years, bro.
3 years, over 3 years since he's been on the show. Like, y'all still doing that? You know what I'm saying?
Come on, man.
Like, that shit dead. I'm gonna fuck around. You know what? I ain't gonna say it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna have to do it. I'm gonna leave it be though. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Abel, bro. Anyway, Suspense says, why can't we get a good Dragon Ball game?
I agree.
Sometimes you just gotta pretty much know that, like, certain studios, certain companies, they just gonna give y'all what they gonna give y'all, and company standards don't really change that much. Like, I don't know how many studios make a game that's not really great, and then they just come out with a banger out of nowhere. It's usually like progressive, either in one way or the other way when they actually go downhill.
Bro, Bandai is the little brother of Ubisoft when it comes down to bringing out the same game in all the anime games. If you play all the anime games, there's a reason why they're all subpar. It's like I don't know, man. Anime games, like, they should be, I don't know, they should be more story driven and real heavy on it. I don't know. It's weird, man. I don't know.
At least Ubisoft comes up with storylines. I will give them that. Now, do they stick to the motherfucking storyline? No.
Should be buggy as fuck.
They abandoned the whole Assassin's Creed storyline after Connor. They just got rid of shit and then they just brought it back like we wasn't going to notice.
Wait, the new one's bringing it back like original?
We're going to get to that. We don't really know what's going on, but they took last year off, which is a good thing in my opinion. Because, you know, Ubisoft don't generally take that much time off. Carl Banks, DBZ is cool, but I'm a little mad I bought the deluxe. My bad.
You bought the deluxe?
I'm sorry, yo. I'm sorry, bro. Thanks for the donation. Thanks for your support.
I don't know what they got to show for themselves, too, because the game is single player. That's another bad thing, too. And you would think you put so much work into... Never mind, go.
Yeah. Are you playing a mobile game by chance while we're live?
No, I'm clipping my nails, Chase.
Well, you was looking down, you know what I'm saying? I thought you might have been playing a mobile game. I ain't judging you. You know what I'm saying?
Why I don't disrespect the podcast, bro?
Yo, man, y'all was playing Apex and shit one time. Maybe not Apex. Y'all what the fuck? Y'all was playing Fortnite in the middle of the show and shit before, man. What you talking about?
I ain't gonna lie, you know what I'm saying? Like, them topics was dry at that day. You know, we got some, and I'm real hurt right now with the DBZ
man.
shit.
You know what I'm saying? Barry
you hurt, man?
Ricky's Goku's voice changes when he transformed in the anime too. That's normal, fam.
No, man. They had to patch it, y'all. His voice sounded so computerized. Like, they fucked up in the game. They had to patch the game because some of the characters weren't even speaking. Dude was like, Raditz! And then he just stood quiet. The rest of the dialogue shit was ass.
Hey, yo, I'm going to say something random. Who in here saw the Cats movie? Because I didn't. Let's move on.
Yo, they patched the movie live on
screen. They literally patched the Cats movie and added graphics for a movie in theaters. Like, we not only are we getting broken video games, now we're getting movies that need patches, bro. They had an image, a meme of the people sitting in the theater for the Cats movie, and on the screen was the PlayStation, like, download and shit. That shit was funny as hell, yo.
Oh no, it was
that shit was good.
Yo, Cats, I swear to God, that movie Cats, they lost so much money on that film.
Oh, where's that picture?
Which one?
No, keep going. I'm gonna show that in a second.
Cats, they legit released the movie and then took the movie back out of theaters. They try to rework it, add some more sound effects, add a different like look on it, re-released it, and lost $40 million.
Yo, okay.
That movie's ass.
Splinter Cell. Let me not do this. I don't want to excite people.
I was about to say you're doing it to me,
I'm
bro.
sorry, I apologize because this ain't right. Splinter Cell's creative director has returned to Ubisoft. Now that doesn't mean there's a new Splinter Cell. But he started working for Ubisoft in 1998. He served as a creative director for Rainbow Six, Assassin's Creed, Splinter Cell, and other stuff like that. He left in February of last year, and he went to be the creative director at Epic. He is now back with Ubisoft. I pray to the gaming gods that we get a Splinter Cell this coming gen. The amount of games that we did not get sequels to that were good last gen is tragic. And this is another reason why I said this generation has been the fucking worst. The most expensive. We've got the worst quality games, the most broken games. It's just been a disaster of a generation. And we've also not got the games we love that came out on PS3, Xbox 360, and then the Nintendo. Nobody bought that. My bad.
Look. This, you know what's the most upsetting thing about this gen too?
What?
You know, too much of something is always a problem.
Mm-hmm.
But yo, I've never prayed for a linear RPG or a linear just story-driven game.
Fam, fucking facts. Open world, when it's done right, is like the best experience for me. But 4 out of 5 times it's not done right, and I have found myself begging for a linear game. But I didn't get that. They turned our linear games into open world games, and they were worse versions of themselves. They did it to Mirror's Edge. They did it to quite a few games where it's like
all the Assassin's Creeds. Watch Dogs obviously started off as that. Yeah. But like, give me, if you're gonna bring back Splinter Cell, which I'm hoping so, we're not gonna see that for the next few years, obviously, because if that just recently happened, make it linear or to an extent
do
where
like they did last time.
Yeah, like just like the last time, you know, because I don't need this game being open world. I don't want to go to certain stops in the world and then I'm able to fly. I don't want this game feeling like give me the old Ghost Recon 2.
That lag hit different.
Yeah, I see your shit blinking red.
Okay, I should be
blinking red like 2K. You're blinking red.
I'm out of stamina.
You're still blinking red.
Why is it like that?
I don't know, but can you drag your browser source for the donation alerts in front of everything? It keeps popping up behind the gameplay. I don't know if you heard.
Got you.
You can right? Okay.
All right,
yeah, so
great.
like,
I'm good.
Like, I don't know, yo, chat. Like, if you ever played Splinter Cell Blacklist, I think it had a somewhat okay multiplayer. It wasn't really the main point of the game, but that story was hitting. That was in 2013. That shit came out alongside other great games. And after that, we started getting a pile of open world games that I feel were unnecessary because there's games like Ghost Recon where they have databases in one part of the map. And I think it was unnecessary to make that game open world when that's the only place where there's a database. So you have to constantly fly back. Normally with open world games, you go to each territory. They got their little storefronts. They got their little places where you meet up with whoever's part of that town. It's not even the point. Like, I don't know why you guys go open world so much.
Yeah,
and that new Watch Dogs is like that.
Yeah.
Metal Gear 5 what?
Metal Gear 5 is a prime example of that. Metal Gear is not an open world game. It should not be an open world game. I think the problem is they're trying to get people to spend money via microtransactions, so it's easier to work stuff in an open world for people to purchase. If I give you a linear game, it's harder for me to sell you shit. But if I give you open world, I can sell you different level soldiers, or I can sell you costumes, or I can sell you different shit, gun skins and all that type of stuff. But if I give you a linear game, you're probably less likely to buy the shit than you would if you had an open world experience. But I feel like everything in the industry is motivated by money, and it's less so about like a quality experience. We get shit games that are riddled with microtransactions, and people think they should get them. I mean, some of these games have had $3,000 worth of microtransactions in there, like for costumes and shit like that. I digress though. I'm gonna go ahead and read a couple more donations. We're gonna keep moving. We should be done here.
That gameplay was really good.
So man, and I'm just gonna say this: when you spend enough time in between games, we don't really need a whole lot of new shit. Like GTA, there's enough time in between GTAs that you get the urge to play one, and then a new one comes out. Like I'm there with Batman. I'm there with Assassin's Creed. I'm there with God of War. I don't want that shit every year. But every 2 years to 3 years, I start getting the itch to play one of those games. So if you're putting out a new one, that's perfect timing for me. Like I found myself looking to play a new Watch Dogs and a new Assassin's Creed. You know, it's been a little over a year for Assassin's Creed, but if that should come out every year, I'm not gonna be looking to do that because I know it's coming. But if you give me a 2 to 3 year break in between, we don't really need a whole lot of different shit from the gameplay. Honestly, I feel like gamers are pretty simple, but they overcomplicate shit by putting out too much product too fast, and they're just putting out fucked up games. Bethesda, Mystical, LX Magic. You should bring back Serious Topic. Love this series, bro. Thank you. I haven't done one of those in a long time. I'm more inclined to tell y'all real shit at the end of a podcast where we talk about credit, you know what I'm saying, depression and all that kind of shit. But make sure you do stay tuned, man. Thank you for the donation. That sounds like you've been watching me for a very, very long time. I appreciate it. If you just came in, make sure you thumbs up. We trying to hit 1,000 likes, man. Thanks everybody for y'all donations and all that good shit. Who's ready for GTA 6? I am not ready for GTA 6. I am ready for Rockstar to give us games that they did not give us this gen. I'm ready for a Max Payne. I'm ready for a Midnight Club. I'm ready for a Bully. I'm ready for a new Rockstar IP that we've never seen before. I'm ready for all of that. And then you can hit me with the GTA 6. Then you can hit me with Red Dead 3 or the Red Dead, Red Dead 3 or whatever they're working on. Shout out to Mr. Gummy. He said he misses Dead Space. Dead Space. That's one of the games I'm talking about, but I believe that studio got shut down or restructured.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, Epidemic Sound got some heat on here, yo. I don't even know what this shit is, but these songs is perfect for the background. Oh, this is what I wanted to show. This is random. We used to do like random, like funny news before we would start the show, and it was rarely gaming related. This time, this is gaming related. This guy's a fucking legend and a fool at the same time. I don't know how you can be both, bro. This fucking guy is sitting at the airport. He hooked his console up to the monitor at the airport so he could play Apex fucking Legends. Look at this guy.
Goated for that shit. He went behind the monitor and connected it?
He went and look, he took liberties though. He ain't asked like, yo, is it cool? He just hooked his shit up, and then security is like, yo, what are you doing? He said, well, can I at least finish this last game? Can I finish this last game? They told him no, and he unplugged his shit.
That's crazy.
That's some bullshit, bro.
Did they kick him out?
Nah, they didn't kick him out. They just told him to unhook it. He took up a whole terminal, bro. To play. Like,
motherfuckers didn't know if they were late or not.
You went to check your flight, and he's sitting there playing a video game with a chair that it don't even look like that chair is an airport chair. He got the Steven Spielberg joint. You know what I'm saying?
That's funny as shit.
Shout out to Ed. He said, "What about Halo 6? Will it be any good?" I believe so.
Hope so, man. It's been in 5 years. I think 4 years, 5 years.
I like what I saw. Like, and that's what gets on my nerves about Xbox. Is I feel like they have the talent. I don't know if they have the patience to put out the consistent exclusive they need to carry them through a whole cycle. You know what I'm saying? Like, they got away last gen with their multiplayer exclusives that were good, solid, consistent. They multiplayer online was much better than Sony's. It was like a better experience for the up-to-date gamer as far as playing online. This gen they ain't even try, bro. So anyway, let's skip this one about gambling. We'll cover that later. I want to do a poll. Let me do a poll. Have we not done a poll on a podcast in years?
Hold on, what?
I want to see how many people care about backwards compatibility. Do you want backwards compat?
He said $1 million cash.
Okay, let's go. Boom. Boom. And then I wonder if I can. Here we go. So chat. Here's a poll for you guys. So there's another article that says that both the PlayStation and the Xbox One Series X. Fuck, I keep doing it. The Xbox Series X is going to be backwards compatible, which is going to be amazing for us, by the way. Because again, we'll be able to rely on this library to get us through the first 2 years of a dry new console cycle. Because that's usually, you get the first 2 years are pretty slow. And if you've already sold your last gen console towards a new one, you won't be able to really play very many games. You can only rely on the current gen. What this is going to allow you to do is you can trade in your PS4s and your Xbox Ones towards a new console, and you'll still be able to play the games that you already bought while you wait for new shit to come out. All the devs that worked on the games that came out late, like in this last year, they're not going to have to go and do remastered versions for the next console, because if we can just take our disc and put it in, we should be able to play it no problem. So all that is good. I feel like this gen got off to a slow start because it did not start with backwards compatibility. Each gen has started with backwards compatibility, and it allowed for that first year or two for us to be able to rely on our last gen. After that, they usually abandon that, and then we just get the current shit on the new models. You don't get the backwards compatibility. If they go that route, I think that's a W. But we need backwards compatibility. I know a lot of people don't buy new consoles to play old games, but what else you gonna play if there's no fucking games to play? And you're gonna have to rely on indies otherwise. Right now, I'm looking at how do I do? Can I do?
Do what?
Let me see if I can show this window. So if I go full screen and then refresh. Jesus. Okay, so let me show this on screen. Add. Was it browser? Is it browser? Display capture. Is it display capture, bro?
For showing a gameplay.
I'm just trying to show. I lied. I'm tripping. No, I'm trying to show this poll from my It's window capture. From my my other window.
It would be window capture or display capture.
Yeah, got you. And I'm gonna leave this up here because we can do polls more often. So we want to go with the window is. Where is it? Chrome? Phone? Ah!
Why don't you just do a display capture? Have it open up on a little monitor.
All right, I'll try that. Yeah. I forgot we got this black screen cheese.
Yeah, some bullshit.
So if I do, boom, display capture, second monitor. We need to keep running the poll because that's a landslide right there. Hold on. Your 10,000 subscriber vid came up around my recommended. I remember when it dropped. That side eye cam after Rage was classic. Thank you, Tyrus, man. That is super OG shit. Thank you.
Damn, that's as old as fuck.
Hold on. Yeah, that came out on. I put that out, bro. What year was that? What are you doing, Ricky?
What do you mean? What am I doing?
Are you playing
man?
a mobile game? You clipping your nails?
I'm not playing. I'm not. Yo, bro, I'm not doing shit.
You getting your hygiene correct? You know what I'm saying? You getting your hygiene right while we live, man?
I'm not getting my hygiene correct.
Dirty
Is
ass.
that you in the, wait. Is that you in your background? Can we see your desktop? Can I see your desktop? Is that you?
You can't. Oh no, it's Fresh Prince.
That's you on the top right.
It's Jeffrey, bitch.
That's
not you. That's you. That's you. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. You know I used to do that. I'm sorry. I was just saying bitch in general. I wasn't saying you. You know what I'm saying? Shit was crazy. Let me get the music back on. You see how look, chat. You see how the music went off? Let me get the music back on. All right. Let me take my display capture off.
It's better to have it than need to have it at all.
All right.
fake PS3 controllers. Yeah, I remember that. That's crazy.
Yeah, man. 3 people said no, they don't want backwards compatibility. Now you might not need it, but you should want it. It's better to have it and not use it than to not get the option at all. And after what Xbox did when they rolled out the backwards compatibility, you should really see how valuable that is for this gen. Right, Juan?
Yeah, you just said some racist shit. Word. So you doing a giveaway, right? On some gift cards.
Oh my God!
Gift cards, man.
We gotta talk about this.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this, and then we're gonna save. We'll save Batman. We'll save Assassin's Creed, and we'll save the gambling shit for the next one because we gotta. What we looking at? We got an hour and a half. Last topic, chat. You know what I'm saying? We got to put some more gameplay up there. Zoom in. There are reports that Horizon Zero Dawn will be showing up on PC. No solid release date. Not even yet confirmed by Sony, but this is not the second, third, or fourth time we've seen this.
Nope.
Thoughts?
I think it's at one part of it is like because I got a PC, I'm like that's marvelous. But I already explained to you that all these games dropping, all these exclusive games dropping on the PC is not looking good because we was already getting at Microsoft and MLB, that shit ass game for PS5, Godfall, Horizon Zero Dawn, and then Naughty Dog just released a tweet. They were looking for somebody who's on PC for Nvidia to help work with them for something related to Last of Us 2. It's over, yo. Everything's going to PC. It's happening.
Why does that bother you?
Because I spent $500 on a console for the exclusives. I've been preaching about that for like the last 6 years. And that makes me just realize I'm buying a console to play multiplayer games with the guys. I'm not really looking for their story. Think about it. I'm supporting it because, like what you said, we still want them to be around. But another thing is that what you put in front of your console to sell it, and that was we got God of War, we got Last of Us, we got this, we got that. Microsoft would do that with Gears. We got Forza, Gears, Halo. You choose what console you want to buy based off of that. But most of the time, we're going to be on our multi-plats playing some 2K, playing Call of Duty. It seemed like, I guess, where the market kind of expands is, you know, if you want to drop it on multiple platforms. Now, I do feel like PlayStation is not releasing these games on any other client. I think they're dropping a bare bones as PlayStation client where people can download their games to still keep it exclusive to anything PlayStation. But if it's going to PC, it's going to PC. Period. So yeah. But goddamn right, I'm buying that shit. That's what I'm doing. Some graphics. See?
Ray tracing,
4K,
FOV sliders.
Frames. Oh shit, the particles, ambient inclusion, whatever the fuck that is.
Now look, I mean, I have all the platforms. I'm not bothered one bit. People that don't have PlayStations and don't have Xboxes, you now are going to get opportunities to play these games on the PC. If you get a PC, you don't have to directly get the other console. I mean, even when Xbox first did this, you can go back to old podcast episodes. I said that eventually Sony is going to do it. These companies is not going to continue to leave money on the table. Like, a lot of people don't want to see exclusives go to other platforms because they want to argue with other people on the internet about exclusives. I had said that Microsoft's exclusives going to PC. I want to see if people feel the same way when Sony does it. People like, Sony ain't going to do it. And look, this is not confirmed. You know what I'm saying? So I still don't know when or if it's happening. But there's been too many reports for us to not talk about it. I don't give a fuck. I just want to play the games. Now, don't get me wrong. You know, the conversation is going to have to shift now. Because now people are going to still have to honor the games that Microsoft put on PC as Xbox exclusive. Which I've been doing for like the last few years anyway. I've been off of that wave of it's on PC, it's not an exclusive. By definition, that is 100% correct. But I didn't really want to do the tit for tat stuff because the bottom line to me was if Xbox puts Gears on PC, PlayStation users still can't play it unless they have a PC. So it's still, not available to PlayStation people regardless. So I wasn't going to ride that wave, especially when I knew Sony was going to do it. All these companies copy off each other. All of them. If one person is successful with something, the other company is going to follow. Microsoft had they had Xbox Live Gold.
Yeah.
Look how much money they made off that. Sony said, I need parts. Let's go ahead and do PlayStation Plus. I mean, eventually, these companies always typically share the same kinds of philosophies and, revenue streams, bro. There's no way. And then they don't forget, Sony and Microsoft they did that partnership with the servers and stuff like that. They may be doing future partnerships as well. I don't really give a shit. You know what I'm saying? A game is a game, dog. If I get to play the game, it should not matter. To me, it doesn't matter where I play it. But I'm not going to actively participate in arguments about exclusives. You know what I'm saying? We know who makes better.
But you did agree though.
No, I mean, look.
No, you did it because at one point with Xbox,
I did.
That's kind of bullshit.
But that was that was.
We're
talking about the first year.
No, but it still is.
But that was Microsoft started putting their exclusives on PC 3 years ago. So,
but I'm saying
I rode the wave for a little bit. But I don't. It does not bother me. Once what's done is done, yo. You're gonna realize that there's more important shit that we need to worry about as gamers, like fucked up games, loot boxes, games riddled with loot boxes, bad servers, and all that. That's gonna make me more upset than the fact that God of War shows up on PC and I can play that shit at 144 hertz max settings, all the graphics.
You gotta take away. You gotta take away the fact that you have access to these things. And
why do I need to take away access to it?
Because the problem isn't. I'm not mad at the fact. I'm looking at it more like
you're shocked.
So no, I'm not shocked anymore. I wasn't shocked when I seen the Yakuza series go to the PC and Detroit Become Human,
Neo,
and shit like that.
Nier
Automata.
That's
the
4
problem.
games.
The problem is I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm buying a console because I still want to see them around. The point was when I get my console, my PC is more like my freedom. I play all these games. I kind of become luxurious with the bullshit. I want to max out everything. I play my shit on here. The consoles and why we buy these consoles were for specific reason. When you bought when you buy a Nintendo platform or a Nintendo console, it's gonna come with something that kind of backs that console in, that backs that up, or with that handheld, whatever. When you bought your Xbox, you knew it came with something that's specifically exclusive for Xbox. That's the reason for it, not just the UI or the subscription service. And the same thing with the PlayStation, because let's keep it honest, PlayStation's fucking garbage if they don't got the exclusive games. Their UI is trash. The console's garbage.
It's slow.
Slow as fuck. UI is it's really trash. So it's more like you have heavy hitters that drop on your platform, which kind of help push it, and of course it becomes a staple for your home platform. That's been going on for years with Sega. They had their games. You got Nintendo do it with their games, and you have Xbox that does it with theirs. I just think honestly, when it comes down to me spending money,
you don't need to buy. Okay.
Hey, you think fuck, and then you kind of sit back well, for us two, I don't mind downloading a PlayStation client, but I look back at it damn, it's crazy where we at right now. What's the selling point for your console now? 4K? Bitch, my PC could run 8K. You guys are already way behind anyways. So it's
it's an issue of what's the console for, which is
what's
a fair. Even if you're an Xbox guy, that is a fair thing to ask. That's a reasonable thing to ask. What is the point of getting an Xbox?
Yeah, I'm not sitting here bitching about, oh man, we lost exclusives.
A lot of people are, but to me, I'm gonna stand firm on this. The fact that Sony and Microsoft are both now doing it, we're gonna have to redefine what we call an exclusive. And I feel like the arguments that people had before about who has better exclusives are still going to stand to me, because now both companies, they both will fit the same criteria. Both their games are on the console as well as the PC, but they're not on the other competitor's platform. And if they both have that, then we can still discuss that y'all don't get this game. Like Xbox don't got this game, or PlayStation don't have that game. I feel like that can still happen. Now, the question that I just got from Who Did It and Rand, shout out to you for the donation. He said if every game that comes out goes to PC, what's the point of getting a console? PCs are better. Sony or Microsoft should just make PCs. Okay, so here's a whole different dialogue that we can have about that. So, as a PC person, I legitimately prefer most of my games to be on PC, but I prefer most of my multiplayer games to be on PS4. I'm more comfortable playing on the console when it comes to Call of Duty, when it comes to 2K and stuff like that, although we have gotten into 2K PC. You have to realize there's millions and millions of people who are not comfortable getting into the PC realm. They're not comfortable building it, you know what I'm saying, with like building their actual PC. They might be comfortable with a pre-build, but the console experience is what your traditional gamer is going to be more geared to. When it comes to PCs, like you got to know like graphics cards. You got to know all this shit that you don't have to know when you buy a console. When you go to GameStop or Best Buy or Target or wherever you go, you just go in there, hey, let me get you might not even know what it's called. Let me get the new Xbox. Let me get the new PlayStation. Let me get the new Nintendo. They hand you a console, you out the door. You don't got to worry about all the other stuff, the customization and all that. But for the people that want that, the PC is there for you. So that's one reason why consoles need to exist. Not everybody is comfortable. I'm going to say the thing I always say, and if you've been here before, you've heard me say this. My PC goes bad, it's on me to figure out what happened to my PC. I got to figure out, is it my motherboard? Is it my RAM? Is it my graphics card? Is it my power supply? Are my CPUs not working properly? Are my USB ports bad? I need to figure out exactly what's wrong with my console and what manufacturer made that particular piece. You know what I'm saying? Because I have a MSI graphics card, but it's NVIDIA. I have ASRock motherboard. Like I have 4 or 5 different companies in here. So 4 or 5 different people, I need to figure out who's responsible if I need to go get a replacement. When you're dealing with consoles, you don't have that problem. I go directly to Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo, or you go directly to the store that sold you that. You don't have that with PC. The PC also has issues that you're more likely going to have to fix yourself. PlayStation, you put a disc in, you get an update. Generally, that is an easier fix than us getting on Steam forums and all of that. So there's a different level of comfort that you're going to have to look at between the two platforms. Now,
I mean, it's just super simplistic. Like,
yeah,
they're handling everything on the back end when you buy a console. So I don't need to have to patch up my own files. I have to adjust my settings. Have to adjust anything based on whether or not I can play with certain people. But I think more or less the consoles, they're trying to make them run like PCs, but still, that's the comfortability of owning a console. It was that easy. It was just like you pop a disc in or you just download some shit because they're already like a pre-built. But I think personally, I don't mind running. Like we used to have like this thing like Microsoft, the Xbox platform was the place to play competitive, and Sony was the place for story games, for story-driven games, more single-player games than most. But I think more or less we're just looking at it like, so do I want to buy a pre-built PC for the story games for Sony, or do I want to get my own custom made? Because this is what it's looking like. It's looking like pre-builds, and I would be honest, if Sony didn't have these heavy-hitting games, Xbox, the console is way better than the PlayStation console. UI's faster, seamless.
Game Pass.
I'm not even talking about
Game Pass.
No, not even subscriptions. Console hardware. PlayStation hardware is garbage. Like, even compared to the original PlayStation and the original Xbox, that original Xbox couldn't run games at a higher frame rate or higher resolution. UI was way friendly, way smoother. Like, they got the hardware on down packed. It was games that kind of kept the shit running. I think, like I said, exclusive games kind of push a better narrative as to why, or a better initiative as to why you want to make this decision to buy a platform or a console. And without that, that's why Nintendo, you don't hear no one complain about why Nintendo games don't move on to other platforms. No, they keeping their shit locked.
Well, we already established that Nintendo gets held to a different standard. They're allowed to do stuff that nobody else is doing and nobody complains. So Jordan is trash to saying PC is way too complicated. I don't agree with that. PC can be complicated if you want to customize the experience for yourself. If you want to go and get a pre-build, then you can go to CyberPower or you can go to Alienware and just buy one from them. Make sure you get a warranty, but it's more expensive to do so. We recommend building PCs because it's not as hard as you would think. You can follow a YouTube video and literally steal their build and just build it with them as they do the tutorial. Now, Jordan, I only talked about the downsides of the PC and doing that because I wanted to talk about why a console person would not want to get a PC. The PC has been my best gaming investment possibly ever.
Yep.
Ever. Even with the issues I experienced, and we've said that we've all had our issues. If you're a person that likes to dabble in all different kinds of games and you like to get older games or early access games, you're inevitably going to run into problems. It's not as common as you might think, but it's common enough that it's annoying when you have to go through it. However, cheaper games, like mods, you could any controller you want. You might not like the PlayStation controller. You could use an Xbox controller. You might not like that controller. You could use a Nintendo Switch controller. You could use a Logitech controller. You could use whatever controller. Like, you literally can do whatever you want.
You're missing one big thing.
What's that?
You don't have to pay to play online. You don't have to pay
for play online for shit. A lot of guys, you're on Sony. I'm sorry, you're on PlayStation. You're on Xbox. You're playing for PlayStation Plus. You're playing for Xbox Live Gold. They're giving us the same games y'all got, and we don't have to pay for the online. There's all that stuff. To be able to get a $60 game and pay $32 for it on day one is great. So on the back end, you save way more money when you build a PC. I implore everybody, if you're on the fence about getting a PC, to go ahead and take the plunge. Regardless of what I'm saying about the trouble you have, the PC community is great at coming up with the fixes that will make your games work if you're having problems. Now, what I've noticed is when it comes to PC, as the years go by, I've been getting less and less games that have the kind of problems that you need to fix. Now, it does happen, but, you know, it's definitely easier to just turn on the PlayStation, get the stupid download, and wait, you know, for that copy and shit, you know what I mean, play the game than it is to deal with a PC fix. But I'll take that PC fix with all the fucking positive. There's pros and cons to this shit. PC is a better experience for console in a lot of ways. Honestly, I would never, ever not recommend PC to anybody. The shit is a fucking excellent, dog. Like, like, the conversation about backwards compatibility, you don't even have to have that for the PC because it's part of the experience. You don't need no extra hardware. You don't need no extra updates. The clients that you use to pay for the games, they have the old games on there. You can get controller support. You can get mods. I'm getting stuffy and shit. Like, it's, bro, there's PC second to none, bro. It's its own experience, dog. And if you never had it, bro, you really don't know. I'm telling you, that shit'll make you see frame rates and shit that you wasn't paying attention to. I'm not saying that you want to see that, but you will see that shit. So it's a better investment than me buying the original PS4, or excuse me, the PS Pro. The PS Pro fucking sucks. It stinks. Trash. Poorly built. We've already been down this road. But yeah, no, PC is the move, bro. Now, just this last part, who did it? We're still basically, I'm still answering your question. Why does Sony and Microsoft, why don't they just make PCs? I believe one day they will. But what it's going to be is you get the normal PC, but it's a console, but it's going to be more like a PC like the new Xbox is. But you'll be able to replace the parts, but you'll be able to get new parts directly from Sony or Microsoft, and it'll be really easy to just put new parts in to upgrade your actual console PC hybrid type of thing. I think one day that is going to happen. I don't know why they haven't done it.
Why they haven't?
Yeah. It's hard. It's probably harder for us to get games that way too. By the way.
Yeah, it's all about marketing. It's about, because remember, Microsoft is a little bit on edge with kind of losing consumer friendly with their platform anyway. So like we gotta stop making it seem like, oh, but they're dropping so many consoles. No, this happens every gen. There's always like 3-4 versions of their console that drops within a year, 2 years apart, 3 years apart. The problem is if they start going the route where you get to customize, you kind of, if they know in that boarding room, the room with the ideas, and they say we're taking a risk making these consoles customizable. You know why? Because to user-friendly people, when they start hearing that being promoted as the primary thing about this console, people are gonna be like, all right, hold on, is PlayStation doing that? Like, or is that just like, all right, so let me get a PlayStation instead? Because some people are not comfortable with the idea that they're gonna buy something that has interchangeable parts, or that you're able to buy a part and add into it. That's why people buy consoles. That in certain types of games. So imagine, I know the worst name ever is the Xbox Series X. You don't want, that's not even consumer friendly. But if you go to somebody and say that, they go to a store and then they be like, so what does PlayStation have? PS5. PS5? Oh, that sounds simple. That sounds, I'll just get that instead. Like it's all about name and marketing.
You know why they won't do that? Because they're going to get whatever one's cheaper.
Look, that's one. But I'm talking now let's flip it. If consoles were allowed now to be customizable, like not like SSD, I'm talking about like opening up that bitch card. And Sony starting to drop their own personal RAM, which they partner with AMD.
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
That's not user friendly. That's not consumer friendly.
It could be. It depends on how they do it, though. If it's just like a simple like thing that you slide in, like you know what I mean, like depending on how they put the PC console hybrid together, if it's something that you can just like kind of like pop out and just like pop in, like slide in like a tray or something like that, I think it could work. Like if they had something, let's say even like the sticks of RAM were like already installed on the actual tray, and you just pop out the one you have and you slide in the new one. You do the same thing with the graphics card. I think that'll be too messy, at least right now, because the devs are going to have, what they say, they're going to have their jobs cut out for them, because they not going to be able to really put out a one size fits all kind of version for the new PlayStation and Xbox consoles, because not everybody, but people might have different hardware. Some people might get a new a PC like Sony PC or Xbox PC, and they might just stick with it for like the whole 7 years. Some people might start swapping shit out. Now we're going to have a situation where some people's games work and some people don't. It's going to be just like the PC experience. So if you're going to fucking do all that, you might as well get a PC. I ain't going to lie to you, bro.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. There's no real incentive to it. Like there's no real benefit. Like if they started doing shit like, because remember, think about it. There's certain things Nintendo did and what Xbox was doing that was similar. Like remember adding a little memory card inside the controller, or when Nintendo starts dropping shit like extra devices like amiibos, and you would connect the parts to it. Like, you know, over time people got used to it, people got comfortable, and people learned it. But imagine people have been pushing this PC agenda for so long, and a lot of casuals are just buying these consoles. To change a hard drive is one thing, but imagine being able to just change up a bunch of stuff within this console. To certain groups, they're gonna say that's just so much.
That's a lot,
and it's still a risk. And I don't think Microsoft and Sony is gonna do that just yet, because they don't want to take that type of risk. And I think
it's not time for that. It's not time for that anytime soon. That could be 14 years down the road or something like that.
Yeah, and I can see it working over time, because again, sometimes you need to force the consumer to get used to something. Sometimes, remember when you had the big back TVs and then all of a sudden smart TVs came out, and the older generation didn't know how to use the smart TVs, and now most of them have it. It's just a way of marketing. We're not ready for consoles to be that easily like customizable or whatnot. It's just not going to happen yet. It's not going to appeal to most people yet.
Lastly, Jordan says, I believe PlayStation gives more to the user and has more features. Well, I hope when you say that, you're only talking about between the consoles, because there's nothing that has more features than
Microsoft got way more
than the PC. The PC has Game Pass. The PC has live streaming. The PC
if you're talking about Xbox and PS4, Microsoft has
more features
than the PlayStation.
Not only that, but I'm gonna just impart something on you real quick. EA Access, prime example. EA Access has been on the Xbox for a period of about 5, maybe the whole gen.
No, like 4 or 5 years.
4 or 5 years. Let's go with 5 years. right? EA Access was, what was it? $5 a month? Or
Yeah.
it was
EA
$5
Access
a
is
month.
$4.99 and $30 a year.
And they gave you got all EA games like a week early on there. And then they gave you like a 10-hour trial. And then you can buy a lot of those games at a discount. And then they had some free content. I believe some of the games on there were free if they were a little bit older. For $5 a month. That's been on the Xbox. Initially, EA wanted EA Access on PlayStation. PlayStation declined that and said that they didn't feel that EA Access was a good value to customers. That's who we're dealing with.
They said they also felt like we wouldn't appreciate that kind of
Right.
service. Like we wouldn't want that service.
Right. And now it's on PlayStation. And I know plenty of people who have that. The good thing about an EA Access is if you're on the fence about buying Madden or something like that, you can pay that $5, cancel it so it doesn't auto pay the next month, and then for 30 days you can test out any games on there to decide if you want to make the purchase. So
Facts.
Sony doesn't always know what features people want. Game Pass shits on PlayStation now in every stretch of the imagination. More games. It's not, you don't have to stream it, and then you can download it directly to your platform. Like they're about the same cost wise. Xbox Live, PlayStation Plus. I don't know what the games are in comparison for that. Now Sony they have better live streams than Microsoft had. I don't even know if you can live stream on there. And there's some other stuff, but I don't think Sony has as many features as people think they have compared to Microsoft.
Larger parties. They got larger party chats in Microsoft.
But who wants to talk in fucking a chat of 16 people on PlayStation?
It's just the availability. It's just having it, just like backwards compatibility.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair.
It's just knowing that it's like when we talking features.
Yeah.
PlayStation didn't give us backwards compatibility. They gave us an application which is allowing us to stream, knowing that we're still in that era. We're not in that era where they have the Netflix package of still streaming good quality with low internet. Like you're playing these video games, you're streaming these video games, and also having to double in your connection because then you also have to play some of these video games online. That service and that kind of like shit, we're not ready for any of that yet. Like we don't have a stable provider where we are just able to download an online client to like an online app like PlayStation Now and then stream those games. It just doesn't work that way. You don't have an online streaming app to stream a game still. You want to download these games. That's why Game Pass is really good. That's why Game Pass on PC is getting better and better. But as far as features go, PlayStation, we got Share Factory.
They have Share Factory. They have an easy live stream. They have the community stuff. I don't know all the stuff that Xbox has. I spent most of my Xbox time on the PC with their games. PlayStation does have stuff. How much of the stuff do people actually use?
And guess what PlayStation doesn't do well?
Download, upload.
No. So basically, what they didn't tell everybody was you can acquire Wi-Fi from a 5G internet server. I can use my Wi-Fi that has 5G. But the PlayStation platform doesn't have 5G download. So that's why we've been having slow ass downloads. They just announced that 5G is going to be available for the PS5. So I had to look back like, wait, wasn't this available? No, the PlayStation 4 can pick up 5G internet services all around, Wi-Fi boxes, but it doesn't have 5G built into it. And that's why we've had slow ass internet. And that's why whoever got a gig, it didn't even matter. You never had 900 down on your PlayStation. No one has 900 down on their PlayStation but Microsoft.
So, hey Nikki, I didn't even see you there. Excalibur got a lot of info. He's dropping. Y'all should, if y'all in the chat, he can give y'all some PC information. He already mentioned that you can build a PC for about $500.
Yep,
that's a lot of what people paid for the Xbox. DJ Almighty Spartan God said last gen Sony had backwards compatibility, but nobody used it. Here's the problem with that though, bro. The first two models of the PS3 had backwards compatibility. If you remember, the PlayStation 3 got off to an extremely, extremely slow start. So by the time the user base came along, they stopped developing the consoles that had backwards compatibility. My fat PS3 doesn't have backwards compatibility. But my boy got a PS3 a full year before I got mine, and he had it. And he played a lot of those games, as well as other people, because the library was not great for the PlayStation the first 2 years. It was really slow gen. So a lot of you regardless if people are going to play them, I strongly in my heart believe that at least for the first year to 2 years of a new console that we are going to need backwards compatibility. A lot of people don't get games when they first come out. So in this case, you have The Last of Us 2 coming out. You have Halo 6 coming out. You have a number of games. A lot of people are not going to get those games yet. They might wait a year. Or they might wait 9 months till after the game comes out. But by that time, we're looking at the new consoles. They're going to buy those games and play those on the new consoles. When you get a new console, you get to play the last year games and for its backwards compatibility. I believe it should be there because it's not a fucking hardware thing. A lot of people went with that bullshit ass narrative this gen that they can't flip a switch and turn on backwards compatibility. That's fucking bullshit because that's exactly what Microsoft did. They did an update to your console. Next thing you know, you're taking Fight Night and plugging it into your Xbox One and you're playing it. They need to have it on there. Period. They had backwards compatibility on PS3 in the PlayStation Store where we could go and buy old games and it would run via an emulator. Fuck that shit. I want to take my Black Ops 4 disc and plug it into the PS5 and play the shit. So
you know where shit went wrong too? PS3, the first 2 models, because I had the 60 gig one, get the 80 gig because it broke down. The PS3s in the beginning were underpowered with all those features.
It wasn't underpowered. It was too powerful that it was too hard to make games for.
No. But that's what I'm saying. It was when I say underpowered for the hardware to sustain all those features. That's why it broke down so fast. If you remember the Red Ring of Death on the Xbox when it first started, it was terrible. The PlayStation, a lot of people's PlayStations were blue lighting. They were messing up. A lot of it had to do with the extra, what they were utilizing the power in the PS3. They had the SD slots. They allowed you to, insert older games. And I think what happened with them removing all that was because why? A lot of the 20 gig and 40 gig models were breaking. 2, it wasn't because they didn't want to take it away from us, like feature wise, no, but it was because for some odd ass reason, PlayStation thought it would be smart not only to add Blu-ray, but to keep the old way or whatever game disc that they were using. And that's what allowed games to be backwards compatible. That's why Microsoft, all they needed was an update because Microsoft had it way easy the way they were making games with whatever format they were using their discs for. And PlayStation had a hard ass time. And that's why devs, they had devs had a difficult time developing games for PlayStation. Yep. And that's why we had crash ass ports because PlayStation out of PC and Xbox wanted to use a different type of hardware and different types of disc or whatever you want to call it to design games for. With the PS4, they went completely a whole different route, made it easier for games to be developed, but now made it impossible to put your old disc back into your PlayStation 4. And that's why Microsoft, they just needed an update and you was able to put in your Xbox 360 disc because they've always had a more simple way to design their games. PlayStation made it super difficult, and that's why I hope with the PS5, we don't know if it's going to be a client, a digital download, or if they're going to make it to where somehow their hardware can read the older disc like a PS1, a PS2, and a PS3, as well as PS4. Because I don't know what is it? What discs were they using years ago that for some reason it was just not compatible and it made it difficult for devs to make games for their platform?
I forget. I want to take a second to laugh at Kool-Aid. Shout out to the homie Kool-Aid. His PlayStation 1 play disc, he can only buy digital games. My bad, go ahead, bro. I don't know the answer to your question.
Yo, shout out to Trey. Yo, Trey can't play no physical games. Yo, that's tough.
Oh, Trey.
That's really.
I forgot.
Trey can't even play the Resident Evil 2 for y'all because his game is physical copy. Man. His console just won't read the disc. And but no, going back to it.
Yeah.
People thought Microsoft had exclusives with all the sounds and designs and all these games. It wasn't just that. They had exclusive with competitive games like COD.
Yep.
But literally, PlayStation got shitty ass ports up until like 2008, 2009, where games started picking up and they were fully optimized.
Probably about 2000. But even then, on the Call of Duty side, the Xbox game ran better and stuff like that. But yeah, PlayStation, it really picked up steam and had a super strong finish. And it started around 2009. They had a $600 console.
My bad, Trey.
A $600 console in 2009 sound crazy, bro. It sounds crazy today. I'm not gonna lie. Like, they can't afford to even sell consoles at that high, like this year. That's too much. $500 is most people are willing to spend. At $600, at that point, it's PC time. But real quick, you had mentioned something about the PlayStation and Xbox hardware. I just want to bring this up. It's an article about the Xbox 360. The first version of the Xbox 360. I know everybody, at least half the people in here, had an issue with their first Xbox. If it wasn't the Xbox Elite, I got an Elite. That was my first one. I didn't get an OG Xbox 360. This shit said the Xbox had a 54. A 50. Oh shit, this shit lit. I ain't not gonna do this on stream. I can start bringing up the articles going full screen. You know what I'm saying? Boom. A 54%. I feel like Madden. You know what I'm saying? Let me get like a little yellow fucking highlighter and shit. Boom. You know what I'm saying? But it had a 54% failure rate. That is catastrophic. Ew. Anyway. And then they had 10% and 7% for the Wii. So that was 5,000 people that got surveyed for that. Anyway, guys, backwards compatibility is a W. I don't see how it's an L in any way, shape, or form. Embrace the shit. It ain't gonna cost you nothing. Backwards compatibility is not gonna cost you money. But I think we need to wrap it up here. We definitely went over. Hey, how you been? We need to make more vids. Big Hacker. Hey, what's up, man? How you doing, bro?
You gotta be nice to Big Hacker because you need to take his shit down.
How you doing?
Hey, how you doing, bro?
Oh, hacking ass. This dude got a 13 feet. His arms is 13 feet on PC. This is just ridiculous. And he played us with an invisible teammate. That shit was tough.
Could you find the dude that went into my PayPal? It was one of the bruvs.
Tyler, thanks for donation. I appreciate y'all for real. Guys, I think we're gonna wrap it up here.
Appreciate y'all, man.
Asses need to be whooped. We gonna find thee, bitch.
Yo, y'all want us to play 2K or over?
I don't know.
On the edge about over. I want to bring out my new.
Make sure y'all thumbs the stream up. I'm gonna fuck with y'all. We're gonna mess with y'all. We will be here next week, but I will be out I will be out on the 5th. So, like, subscribe, one time. Any last words?
Nah, man. Yo, make sure I follow the Disco Ninjas channel. Subscribe to everybody, man.
In the description.
In the description below, man. We'll see y'all next week, man. Episode 200.
Okay. All right. Peace.